ask you about your company, the Sun Life Financial Institute. How did you get started with it?
I started with Sun Life in London, England, many years ago in the late 60s and came to Canada in the early 70s. I spent some time in consulting in Toronto and came back to Sun Life in 1980.
So you've been with Sun Life for how many years?
I've been with Sun Life since 1980, 31 years plus about 6 years before that with a short break.
And can you tell me a little bit more about the company itself? Like what?
Indeed. Sun Life is a company that was established in 1865. We've been around a long time. Today we have presences in approximately 20 countries, including an important joint venture, as you've just heard, in India with the Aditya Birla Group. But we also do business in China, in the United States, in Europe, and in many other countries around the world.
So why do you think it is important to maintain a relationship with India? What is it about India that struck your interest?
Well, India is a country, in my view, of enormous potential. You've got some of the most talented individuals in India, anywhere in the world. The top Indian business people are very impressive individuals, and they've also built some great companies, including, as I mentioned earlier, the Aditya Birla Group.
And I guess I want to ask you, with an event such as this, what kind of message do you want to bring to the Indian community here in Canada, as well as back in India?
Well, the Indian community here in Canada is itself an amazing phenomenon because of the richness and capability of the talent. You've heard earlier about some of this, and you'll hear later from people like Prem Watsa, who is a legend in our business. And so there is so much capability here in Toronto. It's very heartening to hear the close ties, the figure of remittances that was mentioned earlier in the evening, and the rate at which that is increased to support home is also extremely impressive. So we find doing business in both countries is a matter of great potential because we can be recognized in both countries and reap the benefit of that recognition.
And what more do you hope to accomplish with the ties that you can maintain with India?
Well, the Indian people who are represented this evening represent a very important demographic. Typically, these are either successful professionals or people who have built their own business, and in the latter case, they really need some help with long-term financial planning, which is what we do. We help people achieve lifetime financial security. And then likewise in India, where the government systems cannot provide, in India as indeed anywhere else, all of the support that individuals are going to need in future. And while India is a very young demographic, it will eventually need the long-term savings that a company such as Sun Life can help provide for individuals.
And just lastly, what type of advice do you think you could give to young people aspiring to go into business and to become entrepreneurs? What type of advice would you have for them?
Well, I think in India in particular, you have many successful examples of people who've succeeded in a wide range of fields. And that success has come through discipline, hard work, and pursuit of education. So that would be my advice: discipline, hard work, and pursuit of education.
That's great advice. Thank you so much for your time once again. It was nice meeting you.